So the embargo for Captain Marvel has lifted. The official reviews for the movie has been released. We're going to take a look at Rotten Tomatoes, see what the score is, and we're going to take a look at a few of the reviews and see what are people really thinking of Captain Marvel. Hello Storm Nation, welcome back once again to another video. We're going to take a look at the Rotten Tomatoes score for Captain Marvel. This is so far the official score. The embargo has lifted early this morning. I actually got up somewhat early to try to take a look at this score because I'm kind of curious to see what it got. And we're going to talk about the score. We're going to talk about some of the reviews. Now, full disclosure, I am not watching any reviews on this movie. I'm going to go in blind, just like I did with Aquaman and Venom and all these other movies. The thing is, I noticed last year, I watched a lot of people's reviews on YouTube, whether it be Jeremy John, Chris Stuckman, and then I get their thoughts in my head, and then when I go see a movie, then I know what I'm looking for to nitpick stuff. So that's why with Aquaman, especially Aquaman, I didn't watch any reviews. I went in, I looked at the score, and then I was like, okay, this is the score for Aquaman, and then that was pretty much it. So I'm not watching any reviews for this movie. I want to go into Captain Marvel Thursday night with a clear slate in my mind, so I can just go and judge that movie the way I want to judge it, whether I think it's good, whether I think it's bad. I want to be able to do that on my own merits, not have anybody else's words influence me, if that makes any sense. But that still is not going to stop me from going on Rotten Tomatoes. Right now, as I'm recording this, right now, there are 35 counted reviews for Captain Marvel on Rotten Tomatoes. It is sitting at an 86%, so it is fresh. Now, I want to let you guys know how Rotten Tomatoes work. I don't think everybody realizes how Rotten Tomatoes work. There's a scale of Rotten Tomatoes, right? It isn't like just because, like, let's say 99, like a movie is the 99%, right? That doesn't mean it's like the best movie of all time. It just means 99% of the critics that reviewed it said, yeah, it's worth watching. So basically, if there's a scale of 1 to 10, right, and 6 is passing and 5 is failing, right, then not everybody gave it a 10. Not everybody gave it a 10. 99% of the people did not give it a 10. It just said like 99% of people said it's passing. So right now, at 35 reviews, 86% of the people say Captain Marvel is at least worth going to see. That's not saying everybody's saying it's a 10 or not. They're just saying it's worth going to see. So we're going to take a look at a couple of the reviews. These are just little snippets, deep into the reviews. Just little taglines here of what they think. There's some very positive. There's some very negative. Let's look at one of the positives right now. This is from Glenn Weldon, who writes, Marvel has been carrying out $1 million superhero blockbusters for over a decade now. They know how to do them, and you know how to watch them. I guess what he's trying to say is, well, you know what to expect. You've been watching MCU movies, you know what to expect. That's what I gather from that. Lindsay, who has a negative review, she rated it negative on Rotten Tomatoes. She wrote, first female-led movie in the MCU deserved more. I gotta be honest, I'm worried about some of those trailers. Some of those trailers did not appeal to me all that much. Let's go to Robert Daniels. Brie Larson as Captain Marvel proves all the doubters wrong while continuing her ascension as the culture and feminist icon. That's going to piss off a lot of anti-SJW people. I don't see anything wrong with that comment, but I can see where anti-SJW people are going to take that and just completely run and go, oh, see, it's all an agenda. It's all an agenda. Oh, it's an agenda. I got a dick, and she doesn't like cock. And it's just a whole thing. Let's get to another negative one. Todd writes, this picture is not dull exactly, just mundane, marked by unimaginative plotting, cut-rate villains, a bland visual style, and a lack of in every department. Again, I mean, I kind of see where he's coming from. If I'm judging just solely on what I saw in the trailers, I can see where he's coming from. Captain Marvel is enjoyable enough as a popcorn entertainment. That is not necessarily. That's not. I mean, that's not something I want to hear necessarily. That's not something I necessarily want to hear. I don't want to hear like, oh yeah, it's enjoyable enough as popcorn entertainment, because that to me, I pictured Venom. When I read that, the first thing that popped in my mind was Venom, because people were saying the same thing about Venom. Like, Venom, what can I say? It's popcorn entertainment. That's not what I'm looking for. I want a movie to be either solid or good. I don't want it to be just mindless popcorn entertainment. And it looks like people are mixed on it. There's a few more positives right now, but like I said, it's early in the morning. There's only been 35 reviews counted on the site so far for it. This number is going to change drastically through the day, and I'm going to be keeping tabs on it. But right now it's at 86% with a 35 counted reviews. Once more and more people submit their reviews, this number is either going to go down much, much further, which I will do a counter video on either later tonight or tomorrow, or this number is going to go much, much higher. So it's really going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. But right now, this is what's going on. I can definitely see where some anti-SJWs are going to take some of these quotes and just run with it. But if I have to say, I'm still going in Captain Marvel with mixed feelings on my own. Nothing here changes my mind. I didn't necessarily like the marketing campaign. I thought nothing in the trailer really grabbed me. But I like the action. I like the costume design. I can't wait to see Coulson and Nick Fury back. So I'm excited for that. But I'm going to go into the movie with very low to mid-range expectations. I'm not going to go in super excited like I would for Endgame. And none of these reviews really changed that for me. But I don't know. I want to know what you guys think. Does the score for Rotten Tomatoes and these reviews change your mind in any way? Like I said, I'm staying away from all the main reviewers like Jeremy Jahns and Chris Duggan, because I want to go in somewhat blind. But I want to know what you guys think. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.